What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Make sure you guys subscribe and like the video if you guys enjoyed the content, and feel free to leave a comment below on what you'd like to see in the future and also what you think about this topic. Now we're gonna dive straight into this video. That was a very quick intro. Oh my god! Oh my goodness. We're gonna dive straight into this video and this topic. And today's topic is about the online safety for children or for kids, basically. And as you've seen on my channel, if you haven't seen the videos, make sure to go check them out. The box will pop up above me. Now, if you're not aware, I'm referring to the system or the AI basically that YouTube is wanting to implement to keep kids safe on their platform, and obviously restrict them from accessing like adult or 18 plus content or mature topics that YouTube might have, that different content creators might talk about on their channel. Now, I understand where YouTube is coming from, don't get me wrong, and I think this change is also more targeted for the teenage category, you know, the age below 18 and between 13 and 18 basically is what I'm saying. Because I know YouTube Kids already exists as a platform, or an application, I mean, that you can put on your kids' iPad or tablet or whatever and let them watch on there, you know, and they can watch whatever cartoons and things they'd like. But the thing for the teenager, they're not interested in the kids' cartoon stuff anymore. They might want to watch their favorite content creators and certain things like that, people that play games online. And that opens a whole nother can of worms basically to expose certain things that the content creators might be talking about to your kids, you know? And that is where YouTube is coming from. I understand that that's what they're trying to protect, and how do they go around protecting the kids from that, because even in the creation of a video, when you upload a video, you have to state whether this video is made for kids or not. And what that defines is very loose, because if you are a gameplay content creator and you upload games, but maybe the game is maybe like a racing game or something, but the content creator might be swearing in there, we might be talking about like politics or whatever else, you know, then certain things that the content creator is discussing is not obviously kids topics, you know. But if they're playing a game, then it might just be, oh, it's a game, you know, it's fine for kids. But now that is what I'm getting to, is how do you keep your kids safe on the internet basically? Because once you sign up your kid and you let them go run free on the internet, you don't know what environment the internet is and what they might come across. You know, it's a very open platform where they can always stumble across things, they can always search anything. And to give your power to give that kind of power to your kid, where they have the internet, is risky, you know, because you might, as a parent or someone as a guardian, you might be just under the impression that, oh no, this is just like the internet, you know, and they will look for things that they enjoy, whether it's cartoons or drawing videos or certain videos about games and things like that. And that is true to a certain extent, but they can always come across something that they're not meant to. And this is my case with the story. For me, I feel like in order to keep your kids safe, it depends on how old your kid is, obviously, but in general, it is more safer to rather not let them have the access to the internet before a certain age limit. Like I said, especially with the internet, you're going to come across a bunch of things. You know, there are certain safety tools that certain browsers use. You know, Google will have certain things that you can block. You can do like a blur thing. You can be alerted of certain stuff. But that only goes so far, you know, because the way the internet works and the way people move around these things very sneakily and get past these these preventative measures basically, is because they know how the system works, and they can easily bypass that. Because the last thing you want to do is have your kids come across certain things on the internet that's not meant for them, you know, that they're not meant to see. And you are just giving your kid the access to the internet, and you think it might be harmless because obviously they're not going to do anything. But the internet and the way the platforms work is very dangerous sometimes. And I think it's best to rather avoid everything in general where that's concerned. Now, as far as YouTube and things like that, YouTube Kids obviously is a great platform, is a great piece of YouTube basically that you can give your kids. But even there, you're not knowing what your kids are watching all the time unless you go through the search history, go through the watch history and see what they're looking at. Because even in like certain kids programs, there are certain things that are are mature topics to talk about, or certain things that kids shouldn't be hearing about, certain things that you might not be aware about, and you're just giving YouTube to your kids. You're like, oh, go watch cartoons. You know, cartoons are fine. I used to watch them back in my day. I know back for me, like back in my day, you know, we used to watch DVDs and certain things like that. Used to put it on through the CD player, and we used to watch the videos and we used to watch the movies through there, you know. And obviously, your parents will give you the CDs. They know what's on the CD and what's in the movie. They're watching it for themselves, and they can for themselves judge if this is okay for my kid to consume or not. Like, it's up to you at the end of the day how you want to go through with it. But you just be very, very cautious about how you give the freedom of the internet to kids, you know. And especially, you want to be safe, you know. You want to keep your kids safe on the internet when they're using YouTube, or if they're doing research or anything like that. You don't want them to come across things that they shouldn't come across, like I said. So it's important to take the measures in advance. But overall, guys, for me, my opinion, in order to keep kids safe on the internet, if you have to ask me, like, Xavier, how would you do it? I don't know. I don't have really a concrete answer to give you, because I think there are so many variables and certain things that you are unaware of, you know, once you allow that to happen. So it's a very difficult thing to handle. I'm not saying it's easy under any circumstances, but like, just to, if you'd want to avoid the whole PT thing, the best thing is to not allow internet access until like a certain age, you know. That, I think, is the best way to do it. You know, if you want to let them watch like movies and stuff like that, put a few movies on the tablet, or put a few movies, like, you know, with CDs, with DVDs and things like that. Like, that for me, I guess, is an okay way to go about it. But the thing is, you also want, I guess, to let them be on like iPads and tablets. Like, if you want to go that route, then coming across the internet is a very different thing. So it's a difficult situation in general. You know, I don't have a concrete answer, but if you guys have any suggestions, because I'm stumped by this. I don't really have like a super good answer. But if you guys have any suggestions, leave it in the comment section. We can talk about it back and forth. Feel free to share your ideas. But yeah, that's going to be all for today's video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care.